All right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone. Happy New Year's Eve. I thought I'd pop on here tonight and have a bit of fun with the Happiest of Birthday stamp set and the new Paper Blooms DSP. Hey, it's Shel Anderson from Shel's Creative Corner and Shel Anderson Designs. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I blog at shelscreativecorner.blogspot.com and I can be reached by email anytime at andersonshell@gmail.com. I thank you for joining me tonight, and I ask that you please like and share my video. I would really appreciate that. Tonight we are going to have some fun with a fabulous celebration free product. This is one of the $60 choices in the celebration coming next week. And as you can see, this paper is absolutely fabulous. There's very bold and graphic florals on one side. And if you flip it over to the other side, there is a little less bold coordinating. So we are going to play with this tonight. And I have paired this, I'm just going to get this paper out of the way. I have paired this with the Happiest of Birthdays stamp set, page 103 of the annual catalog. And we are going to make a birthday card. So some of the supplies that we are going to be using tonight are soft seafoam ink pad, Night of Navy Stampin' Blends, the fabulous new blending brushes. I cannot say how impressed I am with these thus far. I haven't inked them yet, but compared to the blending brushes that I had, these look like a joke, okay? Frankly. So, oops, I have lost my comments. What's going on here now? Just bear with me a minute. I hope I haven't lost you guys. There we are. Hi, Carol. Glad you could join. Okay, as I was saying, I cannot say enough good things. My first impressions of these blending brushes is that they are phenomenal. Like I said, you're going to watch me live ink it for the first time tonight. For cardstock, I have chosen a card base in Night of Navy, and it is a standard card base, 8.5 by 5.5. scored by 4 1/4. I have a scrap of soft seafoam, and I also have a little scrap of Seaside Spray. And I'm just going to put a little bit of Tombow on this little strip, and we are going to put that, woo, I said a little bit, not a whole lot. We are going to put that on the soft sea foam, and we're going to put that on the inside of the card so I have a nice place to write my message. And I'm going to be using soft sea foam on the outside of this card as well. So that's why I didn't go with white on the inside. I was able to use something that was already in my scrap bin. And we'll just push that into place like so. And for the front of my card, I have soft sea foam that is 4 by 5 1/4. And I am simply going to plop that right on the front of my card with a bit of Tombow. And then we'll be able to sit this piece aside so I don't get anything on it. All right, so from my DSP, I have pre-cut some leaves and flowers. Aren't those gorgeous? And the little piece of fuzz is free. I don't know which I'm going to use. I really don't. I'm going to use this big one for sure, but I just started cutting and that's where I was at. But before I do that, what I want to do is I want to bring in my silicone mat, if I can find it. There it is. And I want to put a little soft wash of color onto this card in the soft sea foam. Now I want to have, I'm going to bring in a piece of scrap paper, just because I don't know how these brushes are going to work. So I want to be able to load my ink on them. And you're not going to believe how many bristles and how big the head of these brushes are. I was amazed. Now I'm just going to do a little test here. Yeah, I think it's good. So I'm going to load it up with some ink, tap it off so I don't have that dark spot, and I'm just going to add a soft wash of color. And I don't like it, so I'm going to flip it. I think I have too much ink on my brush. So I'm going to try it again and not put quite so much on there. Yeah, that's better. I had way too much ink on my brush the first time. And I don't want all the white to be gone. I just want a hint of light sea foam green in the middle of the card. All right, I'll pull this up to the camera so you can see what I've done so far. Hopefully I'm in the right spot. Well, I've lost my comments yet again. Wow. All right. I'm going to pull in this flower and have a look. You know, I think I'm going to do a little more. It's not quite dark enough, but I don't want it to be too dark. There, that's better. Very happy with that. So what my plan is for these brushes, I could only pre-order 3 of them and I just got them. I am going to order one for my pinks and reds, one for my blues, one for my yellows, greens, neutrals. So I'm going to get 2 sets for sure, because as you can see, they make very, very short work. And that way you don't have to clean them. You just brush off the excess. You'll see there's a little green hint there, and I'm just going to stick it back in my drawer. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside for a minute, and I'm going to bring in this scrap of soft sea foam and my Stamparatus. And we are going to stamp a greeting. I need to get rid of some of these magnets. Okay. So we are going to do some embossing. And so I'm going to get if I can get the cover off it, my embossing buddy, and I am just going to rub it over the bottom to remove the static. And then I'm going to grab my Versamark ink, which is my clear watermark ink pad, and the Happy Birthday stamp, or Happy B-Day stamp. And I kind of thought that was a little fun and funky to go with those flowers. And I know it's not straight, but that's okay. It doesn't need to be straight. Just bear with me and you'll see what's going to happen here as we move along. And I'm going to stamp that a couple of times to make sure that I get a good impression. And I know you guys can't see it because it's clear, but I can see it down here. I'm going to do it one more time. And then we are going to remove it. I'll take care of that stamp later. And we're going to bring in the clear embossing powder. So I'm just covering the image with the clear embossing powder. And then we're going to heat set that with the heat tool. So it's going to get loud here for a minute, but it shouldn't take too long. There we go, it's starting to melt. And because I used clear embossing powder, it has turned the area a shiny color of the, I can't remember this color, soft sea foam. Okay, so you can see that there now. All right, now watch the magic. I'm going to try on the side here and see what color I want. Bring in my card and lay beside it. Do I want the light Night of Navy or do I want the dark? I definitely want the dark. So I am going to color over with my Stampin' Blends, and then I'm going to grab a piece of paper towel, and I hope this is going to work, and I'm just going to buff it not too shabby. All right, now I need to get some snips. What did I do with my paper snips? Don't know. All right, these will do. I am going to cut. You could do this with your paper trimmer as well. I'm going to cut right along that line. Let me get this cardstock down to a smaller size. One more side. Oops. Check that out. Let me get rid of this. Isn't that cool? So it stays the soft sea foam, and then around the outside it is the navy. All right, so for our flower, I am going to put this up on some dimensionals just to give it a little bit of added interest. I think I might cut up some of these edge pieces. This would be a good place to use up some of them. And one more little one for that other petal. There we go. And I'm going to grab my take your pick tool and we'll get all those paper backs off. Oh, these are those paper pumpkin dimensionals. They come off super easy. I guess I don't need my tool. Do you guys find these paper backings all over your house? I know I do. I get stuck on my shoes and everything else. All right, so I'm going to plant my flower right there, and I'm just going to put a little drop of Tombow on that stem and press it down because I don't want it to get ripped off. And then we shall put some dimensionals on this as well. I just need to figure out where I'm going to put it. I think up at the top. Just like so. And I've brought in some pearls. I haven't used pearls in a long time. So I thought, we'll use pearls today. Maybe I'll put this on. I don't want them falling half off when I'm moving paper around. And I'm just going to glue this one flat because I have lots of dimension on the flower. There we go. Got my minute of wiggle room there with Tombow. All right. How about a few pearls? I'm going to use this. Wow, stuck. There we go. I'll put one up there. And one down there. And one over here. And in the middle of that flower, I think I'm going to put some more because I can. Oh, that looks sharp. Couple more and we will be done. Oh, that one's taking a trip. There we go. All right. What do you think? Now I have a couple of extra flowers that I cut out. I think we should put one on the inside. I do, and we're going to have to glue these flat because then if we don't, the card will be way too thick. I'm going to put one down here like so, and we'll just tuck this little leaf in behind. Like so. There we have it. And I'm not going to embellish that flower. Oops. Pulled that one right off. There we go. Well, no, it has no sticky. Let's try another one. There we go. We'll save this one for another project. And there we have it. What do you think? Pretty cool, eh? I love the soft blend of the ink in the background. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. I just wanted to pop on here for a quick card tonight and to wish you all a very happy new year. And I will see you in the new year. Bye-bye for now. Thanks for joining.